What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 109 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Sunday, December 15th, 2019. I'm your host, Ken, joined by my co-hosts, Adam and Melissa. Hello, friends. How are you?
Hey.
That's me.
It's the weekend.
And that's her.
It's the weekend. It's officially the weekend.
Well, the weekend's over. It's Sunday night at 9:45.
Dude, this is when things get turned on.
Turned up?
I'm turned on right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Does this have something to do with the buddy system?
It does. Oh, man, dude, I'm fucking hyped. We're going to get there. We're not alone. We are joined. We got a full house tonight. We are joined by the crew of Gaming2gether Media. Hello, guys. Hi. How are you? It's a party.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
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 It's always fun having multiple people on because it's, when you're in an audio format and you can't, take visual cues of who's going to talk, it's always, hilarious because everyone's just talking.
Well, good luck. Ken is a train. Good luck stopping him.
No,
I have to just interrupt him in order to stop him.
The only way Adam can stop me is if he gets me mad at something. Like he'll get under my skin, and then it's like I'm forced to stop, and then he'll start talking. What
really
brilliant.
bugs me? Melissa challenging me to a PvP and using all bugs. That really bugs me.
Focus,
all right,
Adam.
guys, hold on. Hard stop. Jeez. Let's introduce our guests. We are joined by MT, Pack, and MD from Gaming2gether Media. So, hi guys. Again, let me formally introduce you. How are you guys? How is everything? How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing good.
Excellent. We're doing awesome, and we're really excited to get to know you guys because I think you have a really cool concept that's kind of, it really follows a general moral and cultural vibe that I really like about the Pokemon Go community. So when I first read about you guys, it was really welcoming and refreshing to kind of find people that had a super positive outlook on content creation and the community at large. So definitely get to know you in a moment. So on today's show, we're going to recap Community Days weekend. We had this double day. It was absolute madness. A lot of Pokemon, a lot of catches, not so many shinies. We'll get there. I'm going to catch up with the 1 million things that are going on for the rest of the December. Niantic is, we're talking about a train. Niantic is full steam ahead in December, and it's going to be a very, very busy 2 weeks. We'll kind of make sense of all that as best we can. We got a little bit of a preview from the Go Battle League. There's been a PvP shakeup, a lot of stuff cooking, a lot of stuff going on right now. And then we talked last week about the 0.162.1, I believe it was, APK Mine. Well, now the 0.163.0 APK Mine has been done by the guys over at GoHub, and it's I'm hyped. It's fantastic. But we'll get there.
Full of goodies.
We'll get there. Bro.
And Delibird's bag.
Bro. So much good stuff. It's like this game is hype level intensifies. All right. Gaming2gether Media. Hi guys. Introduce yourself. Why don't you take a moment to let us know who you are, where you're from, what you do, and how do you guys know each other?
Well, hi. I'll start. I'm MT. I am in Nashville, Tennessee, just outside. We all know each other originally from GoHub.
Like as on the creative side or as a fan?
I was, I don't even know. I wore so many hats. But I started out as a moderator on their Discord server, and I became a Zero Gani, and then was an admin for a while. And that's how I met MD and Pack. But I'll let them introduce themselves.
I'm Pack from Sugar Land, Texas. I also started on GoHub as a writer. I was a writer on there for a little over a year, and then moved up to co-admin with MT.
Nice.
All right, so I am MD. I am just out of Casey, Missouri, where we are enjoying about 8 inches of snow today. So
Wow.
No community day for us today.
Oh, that's rough. Man, so you guys are so far removed from the Northeast. That's awesome. No, it's like, because, our typical, Melissa and I, we have the dirty Jersey flavor, you know what I mean? And Adam's pretty much a Canadian. So it's so
I'm
it's,
in New Hampshire, okay.
no, it's always cool to speak with trainers in different parts of the country. No, but that's really cool that kind of GoHub kind of was this place that you were all able to connect and then ultimately, find, a creative connection, which is really cool. Why don't you tell us what Gaming Together Media is, what the site is about, what your efforts are on social, because I've seen your name, flying around a lot lately, and you're kind of, really connected to the Pokemon Go community at large, which is really cool. So why don't you just tell us what the brand is?
Well, Gaming Together Media is exactly what it sounds like. We're just trying to bring as many people together as we can to work together, whether they're creators or they're part of the community, creators working with creators, if it's a streamer who needs some graphics from a graphic designer, or, if there's somebody who is developing an app and they need graphics or need streamers to, record their voices to help them out for, in-game or in-app ideas that they have. And then also bring in that community aspect of, well, okay, the community's looking for this, or they would like to see something like this from a graphic artist. Then we can be like, hey, Orange Heart or a Couple of Gaming, somebody's looking for something like this. Do you have that going? So that's kind of what our whole idea is, and bringing everybody together in one place. That's why we've got GoHub, as well as Game Press and Jibs Entertainment when it comes to media. We don't want to compete. We just want to bring the best content forward for everybody, because we're all in it together for the same reason, and that's this game.
Bruh.
I love it.
So good. No, it's like, look, I know. And it's like when I read the, I think it's the bio on Twitter, and I'll quote it here. It says, Gaming Together Media is a global family of visionaries who promote their fellow creators while bringing unity to the Pokemon Go community. And I read that, right? And I'm like, well, if that isn't like the greatest ray of fucking sunshine in this community, like that is so awesome, because, I'm always like that dude on the top of the mountain, like real cheesy with the flag, waving it, of, people working together and kind of this real big camaraderie that this community can bring. So knowing that that's kind of the foundation of what you guys have cooking over there, it's really cool, because that's just, you're rooted in a fantastically positive place and doing it for all the right reasons, which is cool. What motivated you to kind of bring people together? Like, what was it, based out of need, or did you see like an opportunity to just be able to collaborate with so many people because of the contacts that you already had through GoHub?
I think it was probably a little bit of both. We felt it was something the community needed. I mean, it was out there, but not in the way we foresaw it that it could be. And yeah, we definitely thought we could use our contacts when we able to go help to help us get it where it wants to go.
Was there because we've talked to so many different types of creators on this show. We've talked to people in the audio format, in the video format, in, Instagram and YouTube, even people that have developed apps or developed, Discord tools. But it seems it's a whole new realm when you're kind of creating a media outlet. I mean, I understand you guys have like this motive of bringing people together, but you're still a destination site. And that's got to be hard, because just like in the YouTube space, there's some dominant forces, like you said, with GoHub and Game Press, but you're still out there kind of bringing that together and utilizing some of that information. But then at the same time, like creating a voice for yourself. Like what's it like kind of playing in that arena of websites? Because I've only been able to ask this question to like YouTubers who say, look, I got 1,000 subscribers, but I'm playing in the same sandbox as people with 500,000, 1 million. What's it like being in a media site in a very niche game like we have, where there's a lot of big players? Like, is it tough developing your own kind of perspective or voice, or is this kind of collaborative thing taking a life of its own?
Well, and that's what the whole idea of not competing with one another and not rebuilding the wheel, because, Game Press, they have their hardcore followers and they have their people who trust their information for certain things. And then GoHub is the same exact way. You have your diehard GoHub people who always go to them for their news and vice versa. And there is, seeing both sides of it, working with GoHub and seeing any kind of negativity towards, any other outlet out there, whether it's TSR, Game Press, whoever, just because people are so, ooh, I'm all for the one. That's kind of what brought us to where we are with G2G, is just, we don't want to compete. We don't want, people to be ugly towards others. It's like, hey, they've all got their strengths, they've all got their weaknesses, but here they all are together, and we're not going to try to compete with that. We're going to bring our own voice when it comes to the community and stuff that's going on in the community, which isn't something that, we see them filling those shoes at the moment. So that's where our own personal voice comes out.
So just making sense of everything in your own way.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that, and it's just like trying to stay real about things. I'm not going to bullshit people about what's going on, but I do want people to think. And I do want people to say, don't just bash on Niantic for one thing. And it's like, well, they've got stuff going on too, but yeah, they screwed up here. Or, we want to be realistic, and we want to be a voice from the community of what we see. But we also see some things from Niantic too that the community doesn't see, because they're just so red, if they get mad about something, they jump on that wagon.
The way you explained it, it's almost like you're like the punk rock. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got certain websites and media outlets and everything that are like, top 40 radio. And then you got you guys that are like, on the college station that are really throwing shit down, like at the ground level. It's like, yes, that's a great perspective, because, that's typically the word on the street and most connected to the community, which is really cool. Man, I'm fucking fired up right now. It's really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
And being on the site, one of the things I like about it is you kind of have everything partitioned. You've got information on raids, information on community, information on PvP, information on creators. Like, everything's kind of partitioned out. Is that the secret sauce a little bit? Because I see that you guys are adding new people on to your creative staff. Like, you seem to have a pretty diverse lineup of people involved, and I think that kind of helps develop all these different voices in these different realms. I mean, it's just one game, right? Like, this is just one game that we're all talking about, but there's so many subcultures and subgenres of mechanics in this game that it warrants its own specialty. You know what I mean? So it's like, is that tough to kind of cover the game? Like, we do it and we just vomit out, an hour a week, trying to stuff everything into one episode. You guys have this elaborate, partition of all this stuff. Like, I'm just so naive to the process because I've never really worked with a media, website or anything like that. So how do you guys make sense and keep up with all that? Is it just with the bringing the right people in, I'd imagine, right? Because you have a really diverse, creative staff.
Yeah, we don't. I'm just kidding. We're always looking for. We're flying by the seat of our pants, because we are definitely some idea people, and we've got so many more ideas that you're not even seeing on the website yet. So, if somebody's out there that's creative, that, wants to write, or sees something, lacking on the site, hit us up, because we are always looking for writers. But yeah,
that's awesome.
It's
I'd like to chime in and just say that MT and Pack, it is what it is because they work their asses off. Day in, day out, they're there helping write, helping coordinate. It's them, and don't let them. They work their asses off.
All right. Well, I've worked with a million different creators, right? And I know, honestly, how much of a pain in the ass that could be, because there's so many moving parts. And you guys have developed this family of creators. Like, let me know where this kind of came from and what this is all about, because that page is looking really freaking healthy. And I get really fired up when I look at it, because it's like, I love all these people. I love all these brands. Like, tell us about, like, that whole thing, the family of creators.
That all started when we went to GoHub, or when we were with GoHub still, and we went to GoFest. And that was the first time that, I got to meet Pac in person. And I had met MD before when they came to Worlds in Nashville the year before. And so it was just meeting all these people like Kato. She's incredible and one of the most badass women I know. And having the opportunity to meet JT, and gosh, who else we met? King. And it's just like it's a family. It is a family, whether it's our family who work with us every day or the streamer family. And Matt, Go Ranger Matt, God, I love that dude so much.
He's the best.
Yep.
He really is. He is the best.
We party with him on the night of it was Friday night, I think, at GoFest. Man, that was hilarious, bro. That was a good
shorts or something.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when he ripped his shorts. He fell off the curb. That's the best. Remember, there was like memes going around. People, oh man, no, yeah,
Matt, we gotta get him back on the show.
I totally get it, because it really is a family. You know what I mean? Like this community it's not just powered by friendship. There's this weird camaraderie that comes, I just think, from the culture of Pokemon itself. That is like, if we were playing a different game, we wouldn't necessarily have those consistent threads of culture between us all. So I really think that Pokemon has a lot to do with the way that the Pokemon Go specifically community operates with each other. And I think that's what's super cool, working with so many different creators. And I know you guys must see it, but the just general positive collaborative vibe of so many of the creators that are in this space, that are just, they're willing to help. They're willing to, work with people, help people out. Like, is that something that do you guys have experience with any other kind of type of community? Because I've worked with different gaming communities before Pokemon Go, and I've never seen anything like this from the creative space, how collaborative everyone is. It's really cool.
Personally, I haven't. It's been nothing but, I've seen, locally and things like that, I've seen toxicity happen, but we've been able to grow through it because of, the people who do stay positive continue to be positive and bring out a positive vibe to push the toxicity away. So I've had nothing but great and amazing experiences with it thus far.
Yeah, it's I love it. There's such good people everywhere. It's really cool, and it's like, it's super cheesy, and it's like when I talk to people, because I have a background in the music industry and the music scenes and all that kind of good shit. So it's like when I talk to people from those kind of dynamics, it's like, it seems so foreign that everyone doesn't have this like hyper competitive thing. It's not like sports. It's not like, even other esports. It's got its own thing, which is just really cool. And I think you guys really are embracing that culture of, that collaborative and helpful, I don't know. It's just, I think you really capture that sentiment of people working together, which is really cool. But I know you guys have a focus and have people that you work with that are very focused in the stream world and in PvP. So I always like picking people's brains on this. Adam is definitely getting into PvP. We're hoping that the Go Battle League kind of gets Melissa into it a little bit when, if it becomes a little bit more accessible. But do you guys believe that PvP is the end game of Pokemon Go? And do you think PvP is like, quote unquote, there? Like, do you think it's there yet? Like, do you think it has everything it needs to kind of scale? Or do you think that the Go Battle League is really going to be a major game changer?
I would say I think it's the end game. I think it's going to become its own separate thing, because there's so much more Pokemon Go can do by itself without PvP that hasn't been brought in yet, like breeding. The new buddy system is coming. PvP, it's obviously going to become an esport, and probably a pretty big one. I see it kind of not completely separating itself, but becoming its own thing.
It already feels to me like it's something else.
Well, you got to remember too, everything that we've seen up to this point has been kind of organized by a third party. So it's like it's as separate as you could possibly get at this point. But I don't know. I'm very excited for the Go Battle League. Like, what do you guys think? Do you have any kind of tinfoil hat, philosophy of what to expect or what you hope to see with the Go Battle League? We got some details.
What I envision is something like what happened at Worlds this past year, and it being one of those things where it gets televised, and this is because I'm a big thinker and I want good things to happen for it. But a lot has got to happen. There's too many. I'm like Melissa. I'm trying to get into it. I really am, but I'm not. I don't have the time to sit and study all the meta for it, and I struggle. I just rather have Baby Fight Club
that shit don't
or themed.
It doesn't make fucking sense. None of it. I want to just use my best Pokemon, and I want to be just let me win by being the fastest fucking tapper and swapper and blocker of all time. Let it be on my finger skills.
It's so funny.
Just have,
why is it gotta be that hard?
Like breakfast Pokemon, like you bacon and eggs fighting each other,
Exactly.
Sticks and balls.
But
That's what. Exactly. Well, no, we were talking about Zoe Two Dots had the mustache battle last. We were talking about. It's like that's the element of kind of the basic nature that gets lost in the sauce when it comes down to what we know of PvP being like this, hard line, stick in the ass, spreadsheets and data dump, world, because that's just what we know, because that's kind of what's been developed, and it does get lost a little bit, that just pure fun of just tapping on the phone fast as hell and not putting much other thought into it, just having fun, goofing off, and
exactly.
There's definitely something to be said for mindless tapping.
Yeah, especially if you're just picking Pokemon you like. Do you think that with Go Battle League coming, it's going to have like a dramatic effect on Silpharina or Go Stadium, or like what we know so far? Like, you think this is going to rewrite everything, or how would you? I'm just so curious of how all this stuff is going to work together.
I think if it proves itself to be everything that everybody wants it to be, then at some point you could see Silph League start to fade off. But until then, people are going to stick with it because it works. It's proven to work. Now, if they get sponsors involved and they start giving out prize money for stuff, that all changes overnight. So,
Yep.
Yeah, well, that does change everything, because then it goes from independent production to something, bigger.
And then if they had like leagues where you have your community and they do like smaller tournaments, if they actually start doing those, but like in a game store setting or like a league setting, and you can actually like run an event like as a tournament organizer, and you're able to give out like a code for 500 Pokecoins or something like that. Like, that's worth it.
No,
you know what I mean?
We've been saying that forever. If all they need to do is follow a very similar path of the TCG and VGC, and you have that install base of vetted locations that can run these official tournaments, and then you get them up to speed on Go, and you now have 500 locations worldwide that are running official Go Battle League events, because that's where they run their official TCG events. I don't know. We're going to have to see, but I'm always excited to pick people's brains on that. But looking into the future, guys, where do you want this site to go?
Oh, there's so many places. That's the thing. We have, like I said, so many ideas that haven't been implemented yet. And we just want to keep growing and stay positive along the way. And bring in more content as well. Like, you've got to admit, like, there are so many. The one thing I love about this game, let me back up a little bit. The one thing that I love so much about this game, and another reason that got it all started, was because of the diversity of everyone involved. Like, you've got people from New Zealand, and then you've got people from the US and just Malaysia, and all of these different places. There is no set demographic. You've also got, I've got a 3-year-old who can throw a curveball like anybody else and catch, and she's so excited, like, oh, I caught a Pokemon. So,
Yes.
And then you've got grandparents out there in their slippers catching these things too, and it's just like, that's what I love about that. And so I want to be able to help cater to everybody. whether they're just starting out or because it's a lot. It is so much information.
It's a lot. It's a lot for people that live this shit every day. It's still a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's for the experts. It's a lot. Yeah. So
I'm always at like zeroed Stardust because I'm like pumping stuff into my 100%, and especially with Community Day, I was sitting on like 4 different stage 1 evolutions, like waiting to evolve because they're all 100%. It's like a Shelgon, a Flaffy.
Adam only powers up.
Dratini,
He powers up based
Dragon.
on his heart, not necessarily his in-game brain. So it's
There's
like he's
nothing wrong
always
with
broke
that.
because like no, I know, but he'll have like the a Weedle, and he's like, yo, I just sunk 150,000 Stardust into my Weedle. It's fully powered up.
He did
No,
just
it's
say
a Beedrill
Flappy.
now, and it's fully powered up, and I love it.
See, Adam, you're in good company.
He sounds just like my 11-year-old.
Well, I have
You have a
87
Beedrill. Didn't you do a?
It's not a wheel; it's a Beedrill. Look,
Every Pokemon is someone's
Hey,
favorite
hey.
Pokemon.
Don't be putting down Beedrill now.
listen, that thing is maxed. The only thing that's left is to give it a new attack.
I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to spend Stardust again. I just don't spend it. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know what my deal is. Just hoard it. There'll be a reason one day.
Yeah, no, hoard and wait, hoard and wait, hoard and wait. So they can do something, and they
I think that I've never powered up any of my Pokemon, and I've hoarded all my Stardust at this point just so I can hand my account to somebody who's really good at PvP and be like, here, make me a bunch of good Pokemon, and then I will compete. I've got like 10,000 TM, so I can
Because you don't need to
really
use it. You don't need to use it. I do
just make
PvP
whatever I
battles with
want
the
at this
Discord
point.
every single week, Friday night fights. And I don't power up shit. I don't use TMs for shit. I just pick the Pokemon and play, and I have fun. And it's like, man, I just saved myself a lot of Stardust. And it's like, it has no value anyway. I don't know why I don't spend it. It's the weirdest thing.
Listen, I caught a Pinsir in the wild, and it was like 1488, and it's like actually.
Well,
like
that's the
decent
other. Yeah,
for
that's
PvP
it's
stats.
always good when you find him in the wild.
like,
You don't
I'm
have to
gonna power
invest
this
into
thing
him,
up.
but
It's ready to
no,
go.
but that's awesome with your approach to to creating something that is approachable from everybody's perspective, because as much as we always talk, we're the 1% of this game. We're spending a lot of money on the game. We're spending a lot of time on the game. We talk about the game. We live, eat, breathe, shit this game. But there's constantly people that are, the attrition rate is high. There's people that leave this game every day, but there's also people that join this game every day. And, jumping into something like, I remember, when I wanted to start getting into Ingress, and it was like I jump into Ingress, and it's like everything I see online is all this advanced stuff, just like our podcast. And it's like, holy shit, where do I begin? Like, I need like basics, Ingress 101. And, it took me some digging to find it. So it's cool that you have that flexibility. Yeah, I know, dude. Ingress was like no tutorial. I was just like, I'll figure this out. And it's like, yeah, I just get stuck. That's a great approach. I mean, I think you guys are really doing it right, and I'm really excited to see kind of where things go for you, because I think you're moving in the right direction as far as what this community from a media perspective needs, and that's that positive foundation of collaboration and everyone working together. I think that's just it's just good vibes, man. How could you go wrong with good vibes? You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. God.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, you
But
can't
guys,
go wrong.
thank you so much for coming on the show. I really do appreciate you coming on, and I really encourage all of our community and all of our listeners to check them out. And I'll have complete links in the description for everywhere that you could find G2G. And I really encourage you to check them out, and check out the creator of Family of Creators page. We're on there. And we're going to have a bio, coming soon, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see where this goes. And I think that things like GoFest, where we're all together in one room, that's when this is really going to come to life, because we kind of, we'll take all the ideas and brainstorming. Like, I jumped into your Discord that one day. I left fired up, man. We were like spitballing ideas and shit. I was like, yo, this is great. I was like, I feel motivated. It was so awesome. We were like, it was just like party, emojis, like, and everything. I was like, this is a real party in here. It's like, look, they got birthday hat emojis. It's amazing. But no, thank you guys so much. Why don't you I'll put links in the description. Why don't you let our community know where they can find you and where we should send people?
Absolutely. We are at G2G.media. So you can check us out there. We're also on Twitter, G2G_media with a 1, not an I, but with a 1. We are randomly on Instagram, but same name as Twitter, and Facebook as well.
Awesome. I'll make sure I put links everywhere too, to everywhere. But thank you guys for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
We just wanted to take a second to thank our wonderful staff for all the work they do every day. Stephen V, Christy, Josh, Dare, Wolfie, Emmy, Hitman, M Fitz, Jules, Aaron the Ninja, Alex of the Nine, Alistair, Hero Ifrit, Bossman, Concept, Math Magician, and Peace Love Hugs. Without the work you guys do every day, we would not be where we are right now, and we're not going to get to where we want to go without y'all's continued support. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Shout out to Matt from Go Ranger, because before we became a website, we were bouncing ideas off this guy 3 or 4 times over the course of about 2 weeks, and he really helped us get started in the right direction.
That's great. That's awesome. And Matt was one of our early guests on the show. We do a recurring segment where, the Go Ranger check-in. But yeah, he's good people, man. It's good to hear. See, it's all about the community. It's all
Never
about,
has a man looked so much like his cartoon.
Isn't it amazing that it's amazing. It's amazing. He's hilarious. All right. I gotta find this picture of him in his ripped shorts now. I gotta find that and post it or something. But Matt, we love you. All right, guys, thank you so much. Everyone else, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we'll run through all the crazy news and all the stuff that's happening at the end of the month in just a moment. But
thank you.
G2G, thank you guys once again. We really appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you.
Thank you
for having us.
Thank you, guys.
All right, everyone else, we'll be back right after this. And we're back.
Oh my god.
I was waiting for it, and you got me good.
I know you.
got me
I know
good.
you assholes were waiting for it. That's why. Oh, it's so good.
Oh god, they left us alone. They left us alone.
So
They left us.
Gaming2gether Media, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate it. They got a good thing going, man. All positive and stuff. All feel good and shit. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Great stuff. It's
Melissa
the best
still
stuff.
can't handle it. You didn't like my welcome? My and we're back.
Welcome back.
Guys.
So
All right, guys, before we get the show back on the rails, a little housekeeping really quick. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month.
That's cheap.
$1.
Yep, and $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people.
It sure is.
And I want to give a huge shout-out to our show supporter tier patrons, Brittany, Jay, Matt, M. Pitts, Terry, David, Chris, Sydney, Bacon L, The Noise, Harry, Poké Nevbot, Purple Pancakes, Dem Gears Be Bangin', Lady Goobly Meat, Super Nerd Fox, Go Ranger Matt, The Phoenix, Baker Boy, Jolt Switch, Alex, The Illustrious Overseer, Jason, Matt from Kentucky, Paul, Justin, Val, Monica, and upping his patronage this week, PJTRJT. We're just going to call you PJ. If that's not right, let me know. But thank you, PJ, for upping your patronage to the show supporter tier. We greatly appreciate it. Another huge special thanks to Buckeye Fitzy for joining at the Discord tier this week. And as always, a huge thank you to our executive producer, Paul Bhatt.
Love you guys.
If Patreon isn't your thing, there's a few other ways you could help us out. If you're listening via YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, turn on notifications, and if you're listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you can take a moment to leave us a review. All right, guys, we got a lot of news this week. Like a lot of news. Good
like
stuff.
A lot. A lot.
But
A lot.
it's oh my god. Oh my god.
I swear, I've only had a little bit of coffee.
I just had a coffee. We all just had coffee, but that doesn't, like, what you put in the coffee. It's filled with Kahlua.
No, it's literally just black.
I had that in the
Like my
fridge.
soul.
Well, we're going to talk about all this stuff systematically.
Yeah.
because-
So first we're gonna talk about Community Day, right?
Okay, Adam. Yes, Adam. How was your Community Day? Your Community Day weekend? Because we had our double day this weekend. How was it?
So realistically, I was only able to play for like half of both Community Days. Realistically, so Saturday, I had about 10-15 minutes at my house before I left. I had to bring my mom to the bus station so she could catch her flight, and in doing so, I had to pick her up at my grandmother's house, and there's no Pokemon there. And I was able to get 4 shinies. I got 2 like here, and then I got 2 on the way. So like just random things that spawned, I just tapped and caught those. End of the day, Saturday, I was able to, like, I basically just sat at the Dover Library, and I was able to just, there was a bunch of lures going, and I ended Saturday with 15 shinies.
What?
So
Wait.
ridiculous.
And that's
So
playing
you only
half.
Ridiculous.
you caught 4 during the Community Day window and 9 outside of the window?
No. I
Okay.
got... Sorry, my story is messed up. Sunday, today, I went to a league challenge, so a TCG tournament, and I was basically driving for an hour of Community Day. I didn't get anything at the beginning. The tournament started. It was on a Pokestop and a gym, so I put a lure down. I had my gotcha going, and I only caught 2 shiny Chimchars
Total today?
Interesting.
total today.
Ooh.
And then just before it ended, I tapped on a Totodile sitting on the couch, and it was shiny. So technically, like a full odds Totodile.
That's okay, yeah, because Silphro did do the data, and during the 11-2 window, it was like 1 in 25 odds, and then the rest of the time, between the 9 and 9, it was like full odds. So, wow, that's cool. I guess.
Yeah, so 18 altogether, if you count outside of Community Day as well.
Well, that's sick. Melissa was home on Saturday, but you didn't do bad for being home on Saturday, Melissa.
I was home because Josh wasn't feeling good, but I did get him to come out with me for a walk for fresh air for like less than 40 minutes. And I was able to catch, I think it was 3.
Okay.
A Torchic, a Bagon, and something else.
Swine up?
No.
That's
Turning the game
see,
on,
but
hold
that you always have shit luck anyway. So you know what I mean. Like if you're going out there for just a little bit, that's really cool that you're.
Yeah, the fact that I was only out there for a very, very short amount of time and I got 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's legit.
Now, my question, Melissa, because you're going
Yeah.
to tell me about Sunday today. Did you have redemption for Trapinch?
So
It's a good
funny
story here.
I didn't get any shinies.
I was so Trapinch focused today, and we played for a long time. I think we played pretty much the entire time, except for like the last 15 minutes. And I actually ended the day with 3 Trapinch and 2 Chimchar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I'm happy because I didn't have a Bagon, I didn't have the Trapinch, I didn't have the Chimchar. So,
You got ones that you needed, which is always good because unlike me, who fucking gets Tricos and fucking bullshit that I don't need, but no, so let me. So that was good though. So you got redeemed, but the best part about the Trapinch is you were ready to go, and then you were pissed that you were like, I don't have any fucking Trapinch. This is killing me. Go down to the park one last time, just like just for
where I
shits
got
and
my
giggles.
other.
That's where you got the
well,
Chimchar.
no, both my Chimchars, both my shiny Chimchars. I got down by the water, and I was just like, one more time, do a lap down there, and fucking sure enough, I got it. And I'm looking right now, and I have a fucking shiny Ralts, and I don't know. Holy shit! I hatched a shiny Ralts.
Oh,
And
there
I
you
mean,
go.
man, I didn't even have the satisfaction of seeing that.
What's the IVs?
Damn.
If it was hatched,
She don't
I'm looking
care.
right now. It's a 3-star.
well, I mean, I would assume
Why
No,
would
but-
you assume that?
because it was hatched. It has good
Hatches have
IVs.
good
So?
IVs. Hatches
Not
have
always.
good IVs.
Not
Well,
always.
they have a higher base floor than a Pokemon in the wild. You're not going to get, the minimum of a hatched Pokemon is going to be 10 IV, so you're always going to have 10 or higher.
My
from a
question
hatch.
is, were you guys able to evolve?
So
Oh my god, dude.
I just remembered.
you had
So,
you had
I
24
fucking-
hours.
I fucking didn't have enough Chimchar candy to evolve to the 3rd stage.
No, the best part of the day today, right? And I'll get to my Saturday because my Saturday was fucking epic. But we're, I don't know, a half an hour away from leaving or before the end of the day, maybe 15, 20 minutes before we were going to wrap up. And I get a shiny Turtwig. And I'm like, ooh, shiny Turtwig. And she goes, wait, Turtwig could be shiny? I've been ignoring him the whole time. I was like, oh my
Dude,
fucking
I had
God.
no, honestly, when did Turtwig come out shiny? Because he's cool looking.
I'm sure I
and
made a
when did I
Perler
miss
beat and
that?
a post about it.
Hello,
And
am I on a
did card
Pokemon
of the day about
podcast?
it.
Did we
Oh
talk
my
about
God.
this? When did this happen?
We talked about it at length, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure we talked
Yeah, I
about it
missed that
2
episode.
weekends in a row.
She was so
beforehand.
pissed. She was like, her mouth was
I was
just
like,
wide
what the
open after
fuck?
that. She's just like, I can't believe it. She goes, I've been ignoring him the whole fucking day.
They
It's so
ignoring
funny.
him, so I still don't have
Yeah,
one.
somebody go back in our logs of episodes and just find the episode where we talk about our community day with Turtwig and see
I
what
know,
Melissa's
I know.
response
It's
is.
so funny, so funny.
Oh, I really didn't get out there and play
It's obviously
much.
going
I
to
just
say
stayed
that I
home.
missed it because it's obviously
didn't
going to say
have
I
any.
missed it for some reason.
I just stayed in my
'cause I've
house
never
all
seen-
day.
All right, well, let me talk.
I just kept my slippers on. I played
right.
Candy
Me and
Crush
Josh
all
went
day.
swimming.
She's playing Candy Crush right now, I guarantee it.
I wasn't. I got Pokemon around right now.
Anyway, I had a fucking awesome community day weekend. So I went into New York City yesterday, Saturday, to Samsung 837, their space in the Meatpacking District, New York City. JT Gilly and Mystic 7 were the featured creators. A couple hundred people jammed in there and, they did a little presentation. They kind of had this community walkthrough. All the New York creators were there. It was absolute fucking great time. As soon as I got there, I met up with Panda Man, who's a guest on the show. Then we met up with Omnisec, who has been on the YouTuber creator roundtable with us, and just high energy, really good vibes the whole time. Mystic 7 and JT Gilly did a great job presenting. The Samsung crew did a really good job of kind of making it not cheesy. It was really fun. And I gotta say, both JT Gilly and Mystic 7, I gotta give them a ton of props here because there was probably a group of about 20 kids there, like maybe 10 years old, 11 years old or younger. And the amount of like admiration these kids had for like Mystic 7 and JT Gilly was crazy. It was just, they're superstars, right? They both did an amazing job. They hung out and were interacting with the kids the entire event. It was so fucking cool. When we did like the walk, we walked the skywalk. Oh, and when you guys, so if you remember, you guys went to the first one 2 months ago for Trapinch when they did it at Samsung 837. You were saying that they did that skywalk thing and there was like bullshit spawns, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Niantic actually partnered with Samsung and dropped temporary Pokestops along the skywalk this
You
time.
motherfucker. Of course they did.
So there was a bunch of,
Of
new
course
stops.
they did. Oh,
maybe
I'm
maybe
so
it was
fucking mad.
Wayfarer, who knows? But there was new stops that were just put there temporary for the event, which was really nice. And so the spawns were decent. Now, I had this weird vibe, and everyone kind of had this weird vibe thinking like that the shiny rates were down because it just seemed like we were catching like fucking crazy because there were so many spawns and people weren't getting shinies. So Omnisec, who's an absolute madman, he's like, yo, we're going to do a contest. He's like, all the New York crew, whoever's involved, he goes, we're all going to do a total shiny contest for the end of the day. And then whoever was involved with the contest, the winner would then go to their phone and delete one of their shinies. It was cringeworthy. It was brutal.
Like anything or just
a shiny from the day.
Okay.
A shiny from the day. So, so I ended up with 9 on Saturday. I think I had 2 Swinub, 2 Turtwig, or 2, just bullshit, 2 Trico, bullshit. I ended up with 9. The winner got 11. So still pretty low. But we did spend a lot of time in 837. But, so I had a Trico deleted from my inventory, which was pretty funny because it was just hilarious to see people being proud of catching shinies and then losing the contest and then having to have one just turned into candy in front of their eyes. It was a lot of people's first shiny that was ever transferred ever. So it was really funny. And then today, like Melissa was saying, we went into Red Bank and I ended the day with 10. I don't know how, but I needed,
What?
I ended the day with 10. I ended up getting 3 Mudkip. I needed 2 Chimchar, got 2 Chimchar. I needed 1 Trapinch, I got the 1 Trapinch. So of all the Saturday
and you
community...
got the full Eevee.
Oh,
too.
then I got an Eevee. And then I got a fucking shiny Eevee, which was awesome in the wild. The ones I needed I actually got. So the Saturday community days that I've missed because of work, I think Cyndaquil is the only one that I still need. So I did a good job catching up with all the bullshit that I needed, but I didn't really involve much because I just, didn't have anything that was ultra strong for PvP. And just didn't really feel the need to continue with doing all that shit. But anyway, overall, you guys enjoyed the format of all the Pokemon coming back. I thought that was really cool.
I liked
I loved
the
it.
convenience of having the ability to just evolve at my own pace. Although I didn't listen to anybody when they were like, "Oh, walk your Eevee now."
For your last resort Umbreon.
Yeah. So right now I'm walking an Espeon, or walking for my Espeon, and it's like, oh, I got 3 kilometers.
Yeah. Well, we played in Red Bank today in the car because it's fucking cold. So we didn't hatch shit for eggs, but I was able to put some 10Ks in incubators, which was all right. But I don't know. I love the format. I think they did a good job with it, and it just seemed like the rates were down, but they clearly weren't. I just think that you're just the hype level and expectation level is so high because you're just constantly catching potential shiny after potential shiny. And also, only the featured Pokemon that were for that day had the higher rate in that window. So if there happened to be a random spawn of something like Eevee or anything like a community day Pokemon from the past that wasn't part of the featured Pokemon for that day, it had a normal rate. So that could have, impacted the way people's perception of the overall rate went down. But I thought it was awesome. I just thought it was a lot of fun. I love having all these spawns. It's super cool. But
Yeah, I liked having the variety of spawns.
yeah, for sure. For sure. Especially Turtwig.
Shut up.
All right, let's talk about this holiday event. We kind of, I think this was the day after we recorded last week. Niantic put this post up, and it's just like a ridiculous fucking post because there's just so much. It's coming from PokemonGoLive.com. Adam, I'll take some help running through this stuff, but let me run through this stuff, the top half of this really quick. So they kind of announced this one a little late, but a challenging development, which is the December Giovanni Special Research, like that gameplay loop. That one's available right now. Started at the beginning of the month, but they just announced it. This is for Shadow Zapdos. So you got to play through. You can get your Shadow Zapdos so long as you face Giovanni within the calendar month of December. Now, this is where things start to get a little confusing because now through the end of the month, there's a lot of stuff that kind of overlaps. So there's a couple things that are going to be live by the time you hear this. So starting on the 16th, there's going to be an egg pool shakeup. We don't necessarily know what's going to be in there yet. The thing to note here is that it's also going to be changing on the 24th. So between the 16th and the 24th, you'll have an egg pool shakeup, and then it'll change again on the 24th. And then starting on the 17th, going through January 7th, Virizion, who we did the battle party last week, is coming to raids. So you have Virizion coming to the raids on the 17th. Now, going out a little bit further into the week, Friday the 20th through Monday the 23rd, Lugia and Ho-Oh Special Raid Weekend. Hooray!
Slow clap.
No, like what the... either of you guys excited to raid Lugia or Ho-Oh again?
I want shiny Ho-Oh.
I mean, I'd like, I have.
I guess the only reason
I'm good with the
so
Lugia.
Lugia is just. I think the market is oversaturated with Lugia.
But is
But
the motivation
the
for you to go
Ho-Oh.
raid just the shiny?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess for experienced players or players that have had this opportunity before, it's all about the shiny, and then the new players, like, that's the thing. You got to give them a chance to catch up. It just seems
Aren't
so
they giving
redundant.
us like 2 free raid passes for that? I feel like I read that.
No, that's something different.
Oh.
That's a different event that's going on. We'll get there.
Oh,
We'll get
okay,
there.
okay.
So Friday the 20th through Monday the 23rd, Lugia and Ho-Oh Special Raid Weekend. All right, now this is where the goodness starts. And Adam, this is where I'm going to need your help in just a second. Starting Tuesday the 24th, it's going through January 1st, Pichu, Pikachu, and Raichu in beanies. So not
Yay!
Santa hats.
Another
in beanies.
hatted Pikachu. Yay!
More hats.
Everybody
I like
wanted
them.
this.
And then we have Stantler wearing Christmas bells.
I think this was
I
a
love
missed
that.
opportunity. They didn't put him with a red nose. If
I
you're gonna
agree.
give him a costume, you go all out. Okay, just
Yeah.
some reindeer bells. Like, come on,
Yeah.
I think it's
yeah.
good enough, though.
give me the Rudolph,
But-
the Stantler, the red nose, rain dork,
Stantler the red-nosed
rain dork.
Yeah.
Because have you seen his face? I mean, he's like cute sometimes, but like, I don't know. Pokemon Go
right.
doesn't do justice.
Adam, this is where I need your help. I'm going to highlight it here in the Google document. Why don't you go ahead and read this next part?
So, Ice-type Pokemon in the wild are going to be spawning more frequently, starting the 24th. Delibird... Alright, show's done. Oh, no, okay. So, Delibird, Sneasel, Snorunt, and the introduction of Cubchoo.
Cubchoo is really cute.
He's got a booger at all times.
He's got a major booger. This Pokemon has kind of caught steam with Sword and Shield because it's in Sword and Shield
and it's
decks,
so cute, like running at you. It's like,
Yeah, except that it has a giant booger that's dripping from his nose all the way to the ground. But it evolves
It's like
into
kids.
Beartic. Well, it's like a Japanese trope. You always see like in anime and Japanese like editorial cartoons. The booger drip. Coming out. I forget what they actually has a name, but Cubchoo evolves into Beartic, which is a badass looking beast. So it's really cool. 7K egg shakeup. Pichu with the beanie, Stantler with bells, Alolan Chanceru, Alolan Vulpix. So you're going to be able to get the Pichu with the beanie. I don't think they've announced that the Pichu will be shiny, but the Stantler will be. But I'll get there. Glacial lures can now spawn Cryogonal, new Gen 5 Pokemon, first time coming to Pokemon Go. So again, on the 24th, Glacial Lures can spawn Cryogonal. So you're going to see a lot of those lately. Field Research Shakeup. Pokemon like Pikachu wearing a beanie will be in research. So you're going to be able to find the beanie Pokemon in the wild, in raids.
Shadow Delibird.
You're getting ahead of me, man.
That's all I want to do is get ahead of you, because it's Delibird. There's more Delibird.
We were talking about this on Gotta Watch 'Em All. We're like the moral decision for Adam of whether or not he's going to purify all his Shadow Delibird or keep them in shadow form.
I
Yes.
I still have box space that I need to purchase, so I've got till the 24th to get some box space.
Do you keep one Shadow Delibird and then you purify all the rest?
No, for fear that I might like purify it by accident or delete it by accident. So I need at least like 3.
Oh, I'm sure that this is going to be your main
I'm not
focus
no.
from the 24th. That's all you're going to do is hunt Delibird.
See, the worst part is that it's so late. Like the 24th, like that's Christmas Eve. Like no.
House spawns, bro.
Yeah, they didn't give you much time.
House spawns.
Yes, but if they're Shadow Delibirds, I have to go out and.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
out.
I don't got time for that.
Yeah, but the grunts don't go to sleep, so you can go out at any
but
time.
I do. Occasionally.
But yeah, shiny Stantler wearing bells and Snover. So they don't say that the beanie Pikachus will be shiny, but the Stantler wearing bells will be shiny, and Snover being introduced as a shiny. And then finally, winter-themed avatar items. So the Pikachu's beanie that the Pokemon are wearing, you'll be able to get for your avatar, and the Stantler's sweater and a headband that I think
Can we get Delibird, like,
things.
pants?
Don't you have Delibird everything?
Yeah, I just don't have Delibird pants.
Well, you have
Like the
regular
boots,
red
the
pants.
mittens.
What do you want?
I
Ones
know.
that, like, have the tail attached or something?
Yep.
Oh, that'd be funny as shit. If the pants actually had the bag, like the tail, and you would hold it, that'd be funny.
No, you should be able to get a bag that's a Santa sack.
Or
like Delibird.
or like a fanny pack or something that you wear in the back.
Fanny pack
To
you
the
wear
side
in the
or
back.
something. I don't know. Well, you've got those awkward
my
poses.
God.
All right, wait. Hold on. Guys, we're still talking about the rest of the shit that's going on in December, because now this is when it gets confusing.
There's lots of bonuses.
Oh my god.
Between the 24th and the 30th. So again, this same window starting with Delibird, right? The 24th through the 1st, you can open twice as many gifts a day. So open 40 gifts a day. You can hold 20 gifts at a time, and you get one free single-use incubator from spinning a Pokestop every day between the 24th and the 1st. That's a nice little bonus. Wait till you hear all the salty people on January 2nd that are like, why can't they just make open 40 gifts permanent? Like, you know what I mean? People get so mad. The 24th and the 25th, double catch candy, double transfer candy. Hold on to your Pokemon, transfer them during Christmas. The 26th and the 27th, double catch Stardust. The 28th and 29th, double catch XP. The 30th to the 1st, half hatch distance eggs. And then the final Saturday of December, right? 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Adam, this is where the 2-hour glacial lures are. Glaceon with Last Resort, you'll be able to evolve with that glacial lure. Regice comes back to raids. This is another like Hogia Ho-Oh situation where it's like, you know, come on.
No.
And 2 additional raid passes playing on that day. So, holy guacamole, guys. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Now, this makes total sense because we were talking about it last week, how they kind of had that lull in a lot of the excitement of things going on because of Sword and Shield. Now, Sword and Shield's been out for, you know, a month. Now they're kind of turning the gas back on and pushing through the end of the year, because I have a really, really strong feeling that big changes are coming in 2020 and early 2020. They put out a blog post, right? This came out on PokemonGoLive.com. They say, hey, this is a battle, you know, Go Battle League preview. And they started spilling a lot of information here, which caused the community to lose their goddamn minds, because it changes almost everything we know about PvP. Here we go. Here's what we know. With the Go Battle League, battles will take place in all 3 leagues, and the 3 leagues will rotate throughout the season. So if you're just used to playing in the Great League and you want to do Go Battle League, you're going to have to brush up on your skills in Ultra and Master, because that will be rotating through the season whether you like it or not.
That makes me so happy.
As the leagues rotate, your rank is consistent. So it's not going to be like, hey, I'm the number 1 player in the Great League, I'm the number 1 player in the Master League. It's all together. All the leagues will be in each season and be rotating. And your rank will be consistent across all those leagues.
Oh, so you're either going to be the very best or you're not.
Precisely.
Ooh, shots fired.
In all situations. Exactly.
Right?
No, that's right. You're
That's
totally
what
right.
they're forcing you to do.
You're going to have to be a diverse player. You're not just going to, you know, it's not just favoring the Great League. And you got to remember, the only reason everything really focused on the Great League was because that's what Sylph developed, a third party who had no affiliation with Niantic. Mm-hmm. So Sylph has defined everyone, you know, like I was saying earlier, and don't get me wrong, I have this stick in my ass also, but we've learned what we know about PvP is this really hardcore Great League meta that is very inaccessible to the masses. So this is forcing people to open up a little bit, which is cool. So you start at rank 1, you can level up to rank 10. Once you get to rank 10, your kind of ranking is then measured by some battle rating, which is going to be based on your win-loss ratio. So Ranking up to level 10,
Win percentage.
it's like a win percentage, right? But that is what I'm assuming they're going to be using to pair like skilled trainers together with their matchmaking, which is cool. It's fine. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. The only blanket rule that they say here is you cannot use 2 or more of the same species in a battle, which is totally fine. This is a big one. Updates to the combat system proper, to the actual combat system. So CMP, you hear this a lot when you watch, PvP videos and content creators. CMP is charge, move, priority. Meaning both of our Pokemon power up a charge move at the same time and we both hit the charge move button at the same exact time. Whoever hosted the match, based on who invited who, the host would have priority to the charge move. So it kind of caused some disparity with people thinking things were fair because, this person's got charge move priority, no fair. So then they implemented okay, well, we'll flip coin to see who's going to be the host. It was just a little bit of a gray area. So now CMP, charge move priority, will be based on whichever Pokemon has the higher attack stat. Okay? That's very interesting that they're doing this because Niantic directly addresses the kind of IV paradox with the Great League and wanting a shitty attack stat and how that doesn't make sense for a lot of people. And this is what they said. This is coming right out of the release. It says, restrictions in Great and Ultra League currently put a focus on trying to get low attack Pokemon to maximize CP. While maximizing defense and HP is a great strategy against most opponents, in close matchups, the attack stat can now become a deciding factor. We hope this will help deepen team building. End quote.
Ooh, I love that.
So you have all these hardcore players, right? Who are like, I want the 0-15-15 Pokemon, 0 attack. Well, now...
Okay, Eevee.
That it's like if you have the one perfect person who has the perfect Pokemon 0-15-15 for PvP, but then there's someone who has a slightly less ideal Pokemon with a 1 attack 15-15, they're going to get charge move priority. So it's like, what do you go for? It's just widening and opening up the depth of what to think about when you're building a team. Really, really cool, and it's cool that Niantic kind of addressed, how we know that the Great League and even the Ultra League have these restrictions because you want higher CP, which you get through a lower attack. So I like that they addressed it. There have been massive updates to specific moves, and I'm not going to go through them all because there's a lot. Some notable ones, Hydro Cannon does less damage, and they even say Community Day moves are designed to be, strong, but this one was just way too strong. Close combat will now charge quicker. But again, check out the list in the link in the description for full details. A bunch of new attacks have been added to the game. Octozuka, we saw this in the code fucking months ago. Finally going to be available. Mirror Shot, Fortress, Magnezone, Ferrothorn, Klinklang can learn it. A bunch of new moves. And then you have a bunch of Pokemon that can learn attacks for the first time. Cloyster can now learn Icy Wind. Kyogre can learn Surf. It's just developing these Pokemon further to have a little bit more diversity and diversity and differences between one trainers to the next, which is cool. Now, this is the one that pissed off a lot of people. Legacy moves are coming back to the game natively, meaning all the people that lost their mind trying to trade for a Shadowclaw Gengar or have been hoarding their Snorlax with Body Slam because they wanted to use it as trade bait, now it doesn't matter because all these legacy moves are coming back. Golem
I
can
can
learn
TM
Ancient
them, or they're going to be
Yay.
on Pokemon that I evolved.
You're going to
into,
be able
or-
to TM. You can TM them, and you can catch them in the wild with it in their move pool.
Ooh, I like it.
So all the
Yes.
new players were going to be able to get these Pokemon. They had to do this to balance it, because all the new PvP players that they're trying to attract with the Go Battle League would be at such a disadvantage to people that are already engaged in PvP and have these Pokemon that are completely set up because they have the more powerful moves, and the new players would have no way of getting those moves unless they traded them. So they had to do this to balance it out. Makes sense, but it pissed a lot of people off because a lot of people were coveting this stuff, and it just loses the exclusivity. Like, hey, I gave up my Shadow Claw Gengar for this, and now you could just get one, off the street. It's bullshit. But I'd imagine that this is probably only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to balancing, because when the Go Battle League actually launches, I'm sure there's going to be tons and tons and tons of redundancies and balancing that has to, it's just going to have to happen if this thing is going to scale properly. So we'll have to see. But they did not like that, because what they've known about, charge move priority and how they've learned to train against specific moves, it just changes everything. So it's just forcing them to be a little bit more flexible. So I don't know. The new player and someone like Melissa that may not have, or Adam, like even if you forgot to evolve at the end of a community day, it's like, you might be able to get some of those moves going in the future, which is cool. Dragon Claw, Dragonite. Hell yeah. Give me that. All right, guys. Final thing. And again, just like last week, we were talking about the APK Mine, and it wasn't very number heavy. It wasn't a lot of like, spreadsheet kind of data. A lot of information here, but not a lot of numbers again. So it's pretty exciting. And this is going to be coming from Pokemon Go Hub. I love reading their disclaimer because they put it very eloquently. So I'm going to read Go Hub's disclaimer here when they talk about APK specifically. It says, quote, "Please be aware that everything posted here has been publicly reported by data miners. Information shared through these channels is not affiliated nor approved by Niantic and is always subject to change. Do not take it for granted. Features change and get scrapped all the time. It is very important that you are aware of these things, and they can and will change. Additionally, this article contains my thoughts and opinions in regard to the code that was shared online. All of these should be treated as conjecture, not as hard statements," end quote. I agree with that 100%. Take this with a grain of salt, but it's here. Melissa, you still don't have the new loading screen.
Yeah.
You're the only one that has a Samsung phone, but you still don't have the update yet, right?
No.
But you saw the screen.
Yeah, I saw the loading screen with the fucking Snorlax on it. It's the most ridiculous, cute thing I've ever seen in my life.
Adam was pissed that there was no Delibird.
Yeah, I already made a Twitter post expressing my disappointment.
No, but one of the cool things, and they've done this in the past, where they release a new loading screen and it kind of has some unreleased Pokemon in it. So you see Beartick in the background, which is the evolved form of Cubchoo. But then you see Deerling and Sawsbuck in the background, but they're holiday variants of Deerling and Sawsbuck. So maybe these will be released as an extra bonus.
They're not holiday. They're with the weather. They change, just like cast forms. If it's snowy,
really?
Yeah, if it's snowy, you'll have a snowy form Deerling.
I thought they were like wearing a fucking sweater.
Yes,
that's their normal form.
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm dumb then.
You just don't know anything about Pokemon, Ken.
Yeah, I know.
Clearly.
Jeez. Clearly,
Jesus,
he doesn't play
fuck?
Pokemon. God.
Clearly. Moving on. All right, I'm going to move on quickly and pretend that didn't happen. Searching by the hashtag and the asterisk, like, searching for 4 asterisk, for your perfect Pokemon, that seems to have been broken a little bit with the new update. So maybe by the time it actually rolls out, it'll be patched. But here's the big deal, guys. The buddy system version 2 is fully in the code. It's coming.
Fully, man.
Fully, man.
What does that mean?
Listen. All right. Listen to how fucking deep this buddy system thing is. There's a bunch of standalone tutorials. Welcome, Buddy Candy, CP Boost, Buddy Multiplayer, Group Photo, AR Plus, Buddy Join Map, Buddy Hearts. These are all things that have tutorials in the new buddy system. Cameos, photo bombs in the wild catch screen, even in Go Rocket Invasions, your buddy can kind of cameo into those situations. How? I don't know.
Oh my god, I love that.
You can level your buddy 6 times. So they start at level 0, you can level it up to level 5. You have 7 levels of emotion from 0 to 6. Then you have your Pokemon's affection rating. You can, walking, caring, battling, photo, points of interest, affection points. The emotions will decay over time to the point where your buddy can even hate you if you ignore it.
Don't ignore your buddy.
love this so much. It gives you the Tamagotchi feel. Now I can play with my Pokemon for real.
Exactly.
Oh,
you have an affection streak. So you're going to get
listen
daily
to my
bonuses.
affection. Are you listening? Do you hear my affection streak right now?
I'm very excited for you.
Yeah, it's going.
You're going
It's
to be able
going
to
off
tickle
right now.
Snorlax's belly.
Yes. Does this mean that like the whole page of Snorlax that I have, I can level each one up to happiness level 100 and have a whole bunch of happy Snorlaxes that do special dances?
I don't know
Are
if
you
because it
kidding
says
me?
they degrade over time, so I'm assuming once they get not being your buddy, it'll
You
just
wrote-
end.
Oh.
It said that you can change your buddy once a day. So I don't know if the thing will degrade completely over one day. We'll have to see. But you're going to be able to earn affection by feeding, caring, taking snapshots, walking, battling, exploring, some other bonus line of code. When your buddy reaches the maximum level, it'll actually get boosted CP. The CP will be displayed in a different color. And this is hilarious. Your buddy can bring you gifts. So found in the code with graphical assets. I don't think they do anything besides just be cute. Your buddy can bring you earrings, a bouquet, a skipping stone, beach glass, tropical shell, a mushroom, a whole bunch of shit. I'll put the link in the description.
Oh my God.
Stat tracking for your buddies. You have buddy navigation with attractive points of interest. Like, what the fuck does this mean? So apparently, your buddy will be attracted to a specific Pokestop. And I'd imagine that your buddy's saying hey, the post office that's down the road, that Pokestop, I'm going to flag that one as an attractive Pokestop. And I'd imagine that if you go to that Pokestop, you're going to not only get extra rewards from that Pokestop, but you're also going to gain affection with your buddy because your buddy was the one that told you to navigate to that stop. Maybe I'm, again, blowing a tuba out of my ass. Who knows? But again, this is what it looks like. You're going to get a buddy badge. And what I'm very excited about here, a new AR feature with buddy multiplayer sessions, where just like when you battle someone and you scan their QR code, you're going to engage.
So I can have my
AR.
buddy and your buddy
Exactly.
engaging?
Right. You would scan my code and then it opens up the dialogue between our buddies.
But
Oh
how
my God.
many multiplayer can we do? 10, 15?
No.
Imagine 20 trainers with 20 Delibirds just running around. Woo.
Oh my God, a Delibird party?
I don't know.
It was
But guys,
a cool
this is
Delibird
is
party.
all in the code, and the code is rolling out now. there is Android devices that have this code already. So
I just got an
I'd
update
imagine. Oh, and then finally, from miscellaneous perspective, when you do trades, you can now see the Pokemon's gender of what you're getting traded to you, and you're going to be able to create Team Go Rocket Battle Grunt parties. So just like you can create PvP battle parties, raid battle parties, you'll have Grunt battle parties to make it easier, especially with the team leaders. Melissa learned the hard way that Sierra ain't no fucking joke.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That bitch
Was it a Lapras?
Bro,
She got fucked up.
fucking Sneasel, I think, was her first one.
She get
Fucking
You couldn't even
destroyed
get
me.
You're just supposed to do a Blaziken, or a Machamp, or a Hariyama.
I was trying very much to do those.
Did you
I
have those
got
powered up
fucking
and ready
rocked.
to go?
I
do you
told her,
think?
you're gonna have to power up shit. Because I have 100% Pokemon sometimes. I have, very strong Pokemon, and I get my ass kicked. So it's all about choosing the right Pokemon, choosing the right moves. You kind of have to scout the team, figure out what they have, and then do it. So it's a pain in the ass. They're no joke. And to be honest, Sierra might be the easiest one. I think Cliff is the easiest. But wait till you try to battle fucking Arlo. Arlo is a bitch. Total pain in the ass.
I almost had her.
Ass.
I almost had her, but then
Yeah, and-
it was
and-
we were
Yeah,
done
once you
with
get past that
we were at
Weavile,
the end
you
of
almost have
community
her.
day. I was done.
Well, no, she
Or the Sneasel. Once
she
you get past
started
the
with.
Sneasel.
I think she started with Metagross instead of a fighting Pokemon.
Yeah, that's
So the
exactly what it
Sneasel
was.
just-
So the Sneasel took me
it
out in
fucking
literally
ripped her up.
two hits. I was just like, oh, okay, good night, bye. We'll try that again.
Yeah, but it's a total pain in
Meltan's
the
your
ass.
best friend as well, because he's got like Thundershock and Rock Slide.
It's funny that you say that because I was actually thinking about firing up Let's Go again just so I could get more Meltans because I don't have any good ones that I can, I have like fucking 1,400 Meltan candy because I've deleted them all. It's like now I need a really good one that I could power up all the way just to take care of these Pokemon. Oh wait, you know what, guys? Hold on 1 second. We've got a special call coming in.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello?
It's Terry
Oh
Wolf.
my god.
Oh, Terry!
Oh, hello,
Is this where
Terry.
people play Pokemon Talk?
What's up, dude?
Sometimes we talk about
man, How
Pokemon.
you doing? It's snowing. I went into the bar, and now it's snowing.
It's snowing?
Oh
It's all
man,
your
that's
fault.
not a bad place to get snowed
damn
in.
it. Oh, I have been in love with these last two events, Ken. It's great. Hi, Adam. Hi, Melissa, if you're there.
Hi.
Hi. They could hear you. You can't hear them, but they could hear you.
Sweet. There better be some good comments in the background. So what's going on,
Oh, of
Ken?
course, Terry.
Nothing, man. How you been? The last time we were talking about you, we were talking about you being in the hospital, man. So what's the latest? Are you all good?
I am all good, healthy, back to work, grinding hard at the game, and like nothing happened.
Excellent. You're back drinking at the bar and making it work.
Yes, I was cleared. They said I could drink, so.
Well, that's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. I'm glad because we were worried about you, and we're like, man, we need drunk Terry back. We can't have this quiet, relaxed Terry. We need wild party animal Terry back.
Well, I do have to say something to everybody that helped me out on the GoFundMe. I can't say how much I appreciate the help. It really got me through a very rough time. The Pokemon Go community, I love you all.
That's awesome, man. It's always good when people can come together and take care of our own. So we're glad that everything worked out, man, and you're happy and healthy. That's the most important thing. So we're super glad to hear that.
Oh yeah. I'm happy to be back out, and I'm happy I'm healthy. Life is great.
Awesome. How was your community day?
Great. I did car grinding, and I caught a shitload of shinies, and they just kept coming and coming and coming. Bagons were. How many people got a lot of shiny Bagons on this event? Oh my lord!
I didn't get any
Great.
Bagon.
Oh my god, they were like
Bagels?
insane out here. I
We
got
ha-
like 5 shiny Bagons.
See, no, I got cursed with the Tricos on Saturday and the Mudkips today.
Got a couple of the Mudkips were kind of hidden off today. That and the Trapfins, they were hard around this area.
Yeah, see, we were in a water biome, so we had plenty of Mudkip. They were everywhere.
Yeah, grass biome, so Tricos and whatnot.
Awesome. Well, yeah, Melissa. We were just talking about Melissa. Totally forgot that that Turtwig was even a potential shiny, so she ignored it all day. We were cracking up.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh shit! All right, brother. Well, I'm gonna let you go, man. I appreciate you calling in. We're very happy to hear from you, and we're happy to hear that everything is all good with your health, man. We were worried about you there for a second, but the T Wolf, the Thunder Wolf, is all good, man. We appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, thanks for calling,
All
Terry.
right, I love you guys.
Love you too,
Merry
dude.
Christmas, Happy New Year, and go catch them all.
Yeah. All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Later.
Terry Wolf, ladies and gentlemen.
That's so fun.
Back at the bar. We're very glad to hear
Fucking
from
animal,
him. So.
bro.
He's the best. All right, guys, before we wrap up, I've got one little bit of miscellaneous news here. Adam, how long was it when we were talking about how they shifted all the spawn points and everyone was pissed off and it kind of turned clusters into shit and changed people's house spawns like that? That had to be.
I'd say a month and a half or 2 months ago. It wasn't
so-
that long ago.
They put out a community note saying, hey, we've readjusted spawns again, and you should see, Pokemon that never spawn in certain areas respawning or this and that. I don't necessarily know if I've noticed a big difference here, but apparently there's some rural areas that have significantly higher levels of spawns right now, and urban areas seem to be a little bit less affected by this change, but they specifically say that they're listening to player feedback and they're working to continue developing where and how things spawn, and Wayfarer has also played a major role in showing Niantic where the activity levels are so they know to put the spawns. So Niantic is listening, everyone. Let us know if you've noticed a change in your spawns in your local geography. And, let us know if you're using Wayfarer, because I've seen a huge increase in Pokestop activity in my area, which ultimately is just going to mean more spawns, because there's going to be more things happening in the game, more activity, and that's what's going to bring the spawns. So let us know if you've seen any of this going on in your community, for better or for worse, with this latest spawn change. But guys, I think we did it. I think we did a show.
We did?
We did it. We did it.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm reading, the notes here, the blog post of, because we were talking about Melmetal, and I was like, well, I'm going to put, Rock Slide on my second one. And I'm sitting here, you throw in charge TMs, and I get superpower. And I'm like, that's new. I didn't know it could get superpower. It's a 2-bar quick charge move. Or, yeah, whatever, it's a charge move. And then I'm looking at the blog post, and it's like, superpower, it's a powerful fighting type attack that charges up quickly but reduces the user's attack and defense after being used. Superpower can be learned by Pinsir, Snorlax, Hariyama, Rhyperior, and Melmetal. So now reading it, it says reduces the user's attack and defense after being used. Now, is that in PvP, or is that in...
No, it's PvP only. Any stat affecting conditions or anything like that only happens in PvP. Will not happen in gym or raid scenarios ever.
But it'll still happen versus grunts and stuff?
In like a PvP mechanic. Grunts, team leaders, and, human trainers.
Man, so that's bad.
Well, not if you're only firing it off once and get him out of this, get him out of your active. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I'm saying?
You put it, you put Thunder Shock in there, you power up Thunder Shock, and then if you can get that second charge move powered up before he dies, then you fire it off right before he goes out.
Yeah, okay, then I guess, with another, you could have fighting and rock moves. So that's
right.
Well,
or you can have like that 1-bar charge move, power that up first, fire that off, and then since it's a 2-bar charge move, you might be able to get that second one off before it goes out. That's when you use it.
And there's a new Fellstinger with Beedrill. We were just talking about Beedrill. I'm gonna try.
There's a lot of new moves. There's a lot of new moves, a lot of new things, a lot of new
Fellstinger got it on the first try.
Yeah. I've got so many TMs, doesn't even matter. I know PvP people are like, fuck you. All right, but guys, that's the show. Thank you so much for listening. Gaming2gether Media, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. Good people doing good things. I love it. Super positive. Make sure you check them out. You can get our Secret League pin at the Secret League store, link in the description. You can email us, info@luredup.com. You can leave us a voicemail or call in like Terry Wolf did, 732-835-8639. Visit luredup.com for everything that's going on in the show. Visit PokemonProfessor.com for everything that's going on the network. Guys, that's it. You got anything else?
No, I'm just messing around with my TMs in Pokemon now.
I can't wait for the next couple weeks. I want all this Christmas shit.
I just want
me
delivered.
fucking happy.
I want shiny holiday Pokemon. I've never gotten a shiny costume Pokemon, so that's my goal. I think if there's ever a time to get it, it's going to be now, because there's so many different ways you can get them. Raids, wild, research. It's my time. It's my time. It's going to happen.
It's my time to shine.
If you guys got nothing else,
all that I want
2 front teeth
is 100% Delibird.
Well, my inventory will be filled with fucking Delibirds for the next time I see you.
Does Niantic have my address? I'm sure they do. They know my location.
They send you Delibirds?
Well, the 100% just keep spawning in my house. Phoenix
okay.
B4 Fire. Just find my login, location, and I know you have it, so just Send me a Christmas present.
I know you
All right,
guys
guys.
have it.
100,
So if you
multiple
have
100.
it,
Because I need to get the 100%, and then I need the shiny that's 100%. So just for this account, just increase the odds.
All right, keep training, trainers. We'll see everybody next week.
bye.
Thanks for
We've
listening,
got
guys.
Pokemon Master Holly next week. We'll see you then.